she sent that one out to you.
Tommy, if you'll lead us in prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Father in heaven, Lord, thank you for this day you've given us, Lord, the time we've come together, Lord, as council members, Lord, mayor and staff, Lord, and the citizens of Beebe. Lord, as we do come together and discuss a business, Lord, we pray that you would put it on our hearts and minds, Lord, to seek guidance, counsel from you, that, Lord, we make a decision, Lord, that honors you, and, Lord, just makes a good place to live and raise a family. So, Lord, we ask you to bless tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Alderman McCormick.
Here.
Alderman Lightfoot.
Here.
Alderman McLean.
Here.
Alderman Duggar.
Here.
Alderman Stark.
Here.
Alderman Lindsay.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, first on our agenda would be an appeal request from LaRusse Property. So if you bear with me, I'm going to try to summarize the events of this appeal. On June the 4th, the Planning Commission agenda included a rezone request from LaRusse Holdings. The rezone request along Duggar Road from R1, lot dimensions of 9,000 square feet, to lot dimensions of 6,500 square feet. R1 lot width dimensions is 75 feet. Front yard setback is 30 feet. Side yard setback is 15 feet. R4 lot width minimum is 65 feet. Front yard setback 25 feet. Side yard setback 8 feet and 12 feet. The area requested includes 75 acres. The rezone request from R1 to R4 could result with an additional 2 lots per acre. The Planning Commission followed the regulations as set forth in the Beebe Zoning Code and Arkansas Code annotated 1456-422, placing notification upon the property, publication of a rezone request in the local newspaper, notifying residents within 200 feet of the property requested for rezone, holding a public hearing of the rezone request. During the public hearing, the developer and the representatives were given an opportunity to address the commission to present their rezone request. Residents in the area was given an opportunity to speak in support or opposition. 12 residents spoke in opposition. The rezone request was then placed before the Planning Commission. A motion and a second was made to grant the rezone request. The commission is made up of 9 members, where 8 members were present. 4 members voted to rezone the property from R1 to R4. 2 members abstained, 1 member voted no. The chairman did not vote. The rezone request failed for lack of majority of the entire commission. If the rezone request is denied, Beebe Zoning Code 14053 states, if the commission disapproves a proposed change in zoning classification, the reason for such disapproval shall be given in writing to the applicant within 15 days from the date of the decision. The applicant may appeal such disapproval to the City Council, provided that the applicant states specifically in writing to the city clerk why he or she considers the commission's findings and decisions to be in error. Such an appeal shall be filed with the city clerk within 15 days after the date the commission sends the written notice to the applicant. The following letter was sent to the applicant from the Planning and Zoning Commission on June the 10th. From Jason Shield to the applicant. As you know, the Planning Commission heard your request Tuesday evening. The commission could not approve the request after reviewing the details of your request, hearing a full presentation by you and your representative, and after hearing comments from numerous concerned residents in the immediate area regarding excessive traffic, property values, and other concerns. We asked for anyone who supported the plans to speak, and no one was present who supported the rezone request. The decision of the Planning Commission may be appealed to the City Council, and they have discretion to overrule the Planning Commission if they feel we erred in properly reviewing your request. The code enforcement officer can give you details on what would be needed for you to decide to appeal. We appreciate your desire to invest in the growth of Beebe and hope that you can soon be successfully develop the property with the developments and residents in the area in a way that will be mutually beneficial to you and the citizens of Beebe. The applicant responded in the time allotted for an appeal to the City Council. Dear Mayor, in response to the Planning Commission decision on June the 4th, 2024 regarding the subject matter, I'm requesting the City Council hear our appeal for the rezone request. Grounds for the appeal include the following. 2 commissioners chose to recuse themselves from voting on this item, making it difficult to obtain 5 yes votes. 4 out of 5 voting commissioners voted in favor of the rezone. Once the public participants were informed of the request from R1 to R4 and what this would look like, the tone changed. The request was not heavily contested. In fact, some were in favor during the conversations following the meeting. Beebe zoning restrictions for R4 make it a desirable alternative to R1. Our request is to be included on the first City Council agenda if possible in the interest of time and seasonal weather. So 6 council members are being asked to determine if the planning and zoning made an error in their decision. There was no procedural error made in the following zoning code regulations. The Planning Commission stated the request was denied for lack of support by a majority of the entire commission after hearing a full presentation by the applicant and hearing comments from numerous concerned residents in the immediate area regarding excessive traffic, property values, and other concerns. None of these reasons given by the commission were addressed in the appeal letter. The reasons for the appeal from the applicant was reasons to appeal. 2 commissioners chose to recuse themselves from voting on the item, making it difficult to obtain 5 votes. 4 out of 5 voting commissioners voted in favor of the rezone. Once the public participants were informed on the request being R1 to R4 and what this would look like, the tone changed. The request was not heavily contested. In fact, some were in favor during the conversations following the meeting. Each zoning restrictions for R4 makes a desirable alternative for R1. So each of our council members have presented an audio-video file of the planning and zoning meeting, being able to place a name and address of face with all those who spoke in opposition to the rezone request. Each council member has been presented a transcribed copy, word for word, reading of the entire planning and zoning meeting. I believe this is a summary of the event, so at this time I'm going to ask the applicant to appeal their request to the City Council. Who's representing the request?
Good evening. Thank you so much for having us tonight. Thank you, Mayor, for the recap. You stole all my notes. Appreciate that.
You will address the errors specifically the errors that was made.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, appreciate you for having us. Mayor took us through the chronological timeline of what's unfolded before us. So again, just really brief summary. So the request was to rezone from R1 to R4. And we know that the main differences between R1 and R4 are the lot widths and sizes. So we can go from a 75-foot minimum to a 65-foot minimum, but also remembering that there's different setbacks. So a larger house can't really be built on an R1 lot because there's larger setbacks also. So we got about the same size homes, just a little more yard. There's also some more restrictions that come with that in regard to driveways, garages, minimum square footages, some things of that nature that the builder's gonna have to contend with the higher lot yield. Reason on the developer's behalf for the increase in lots is simply economics. So I don't have to tell you guys, price of property, price of construction, things have gone up. We see a lot more subdivisions with 60 to 70-foot wide lots than we do 80s and 90s these days. In the meeting, we did not have a heated meeting. There were people that showed up to voice their opinion, which is going to happen basically any planning commission we come to, and it's a good thing because you're going to have good neighbors. By the end of the night, there was not a whole lot of contest. I think we addressed it, and we actually brought up ourselves the traffic, the drainage, the property values, because I talk about that every time I come to a meeting because that's what everybody wants to hear about. So even with the lot yield on the R4, with the restrictions, we've got a 5-acre lake that's catching the drainage. So we feel really good about the drainage. There's also a green belt still that goes through the middle of the development. We feel good about drainage. Traffic, we already know there's traffic issues. Whether we go with R1 or we go with R4, there's going to be some traffic concerns that have to be addressed. We tried to address those best we could, have multiple entrances, put the neighbors at ease that thought we were entering through their property, which we weren't. It was just a survey right-of-way that came out to that area. And so I feel like we put everybody at ease with traffic, hopefully the best we could with any development that would occur. The last were property values. The developer has explained that this is not a Roush Coleman development. They are working with D.R. Horton, who builds a nicer, more quality home, and that's, as of right now, that is who they're working with. I don't think they have any interest in working with Roush Coleman on this development. And I believe the other partner actually went on record with that. So there are definitely some advantages to going to the R4, like I say, in regard to the restrictions, the things that we've tried to address, property values, the drainage, and the traffic. One more thing that I'd like to mention, and also, Mayor also mentioned, so we just really felt like with we had a four votes for it, 1 vote against at the end of the night. We just didn't have the full staff here to vote. And so we didn't feel like we were asking city council to actually vote against planning commission, which happens a lot of times. We just really didn't have the votes that night. We didn't have the people here to make those votes. One more thing I would like to add in their favor is that I was looking at that plat, it's a sketch plat, but it's largely what would occur if the project were to move forward. Again, we're not asking for approval of any project tonight. It is a rezone. But I did notice that when I was going back through the square footages and thinking about that, there are some 65-foot lots in the development, but there's also a lot of 75, well, not 75 wide, they're 65 wide, but some of them were 150 long. There were some 12,000 square foot lots around the perimeter. So it's not like they're all one size. There's a lot of different sizes. There were 8,000 square foot. There were 10,000, 12,000. So I don't want you to think that it's all a cookie cutter type development either. So I think that's something to be considered along with these other points. And we're here to answer any questions that you have. I'm here, the developer's here, another engineer from our office. We're here to answer any questions you all may have.
But the matter tonight is strictly a rezone from R1 to R4.
Yes,
It's
sir.
not
Yes,
a preliminary plat
No,
approval
sir.
or a viewing of a preliminary plat. That can all be changed and presented at a different time, correct?
Yes, if the rezone's approved, we'll be coming back before Planning Commission and with a preliminary plat request for the subdivision and subdivision request, and it will meet the city codes and guidelines, go through engineer reviews, detention, the whole 9 yards. So tonight is simply a rezone request.
Anyone else want to speak from La Russe?
Nothing to add? Okay.
Anyone?
We're here to answer any questions you all may have. Thank you.
Well, the council, you have this matter before you, and the request to you is for a rezone. And so the only motions, I think, that would be to be made here tonight would be to make a motion to override the planning commission and to draft an ordinance for rezone to R4. Or you can uphold the planning commission decision by not making any type of a motion declaring no action taken. So I think that's what's before you. Anybody have any questions? Any motions? Ask one more time, any motions? I'm going to declare no action taken and the planning commission's decision was upheld.
All right. Anything to add?
Look, the appeal was to rezone the property to R4. The motion would be proper to make an R4 rezone. Or if there's no motion, then the decision of the planning and zoning is upheld. I just asked if anybody wants to make a motion to rezone. Me make a motion? No.
So to make it
The
clear.
appeal is to the city council.
Right, so to make it clear, the council's voting to keep the R4 no restrictions, R1 no restrictions, in lieu of R4 with restrictions.
Mayor, can I ask you a question? Just so, I need to come up here with really.
If no one wants to make a motion to rezone the property, that'd be a proper, and there'd be no action taken on your request. leaving the planning and zoning decision upheld. Okay, next item on our agenda will be parks. Mr. Jack and Shep Russell. Go ahead.
Mayor, council members, good to see you tonight. I have three ordinances for you to consider that would effectively, if you adopted these, there would be a special election held on the general election date of November 5. There would be two questions on the ballot. One would be for or against a half-cent sales and use tax that will be used for park and rec. And if you put bonds on the ballot and the voters approve the issuance of the bonds, the tax could be used to actually pay the bonds. Two ordinances take care of that. One levies the tax, one calls the election. The third ordinance is to call a special election on the issuance of bonds backed by the tax if it passes. And that question is for park and rec, including a new ball complex to be paid out of this tax. The bond amount, I think, is $13,940,000. And so that would be held on the same day. But voters would have the choice of, if the voters approve the tax, you'd have a tax to be used for park and rec. If the voters approve the tax and approve the bonds, you would have the ability to build the complex. If the voters approved the tax and did not approve the bonds, you would just have, you'd just be using the money to operate, maintain, construct any park and rec facilities. And Jack Trumper from Stevens will give an explanation about how he arrived at the bond amount or how long it takes to pay it all.
Mayor, council, good to see you all as well. I wanted to kind of, we've been conservative in our bond issuance amount. In the parts of a bond issue include your cost of issuance, which we've estimated at 1.9%, and then we have what is called a debt service reserve fund. We had one, we did the water and sewer issue back in '21, but it was done through an insurance policy and not a cash debt service reserve. So we have that option as well. But the purpose of the debt service reserve is set aside with the trustee. It's invested. Money's off that earnings. It's there to help make the payment. And at the end of the bond issue, which we've structured this for 20 years, to net $12,640,000. It's a not to exceed number. Doesn't mean you have to issue that amount, but you can go up to that amount. And then the debt service reserve would be there to make the final payment. For authorization purposes, we've made the assumption it's funded at the maximum annual payment, which will be the largest payment. Our full intent is to do this with a half-funded debt service reserve. So half that amount, which what that does, it downsizes your bond issue by half that amount. And we're looking at approximately a debt service reserve of approximately half of it would be about $520,000. So I've got a little cushion in there depending on market conditions. And so when you look at a bond issue size of $13,940,000, that takes that into consideration. If we were issuing bonds today, the bond issue size would not be $13,940,000, but would be $13,280,000. So you can see I've kind of got that cushion in there just to protect the city, depending on market conditions, because once it's approved, this is an issue that will come to market next year, probably in the second quarter of next year. And of course, you know, we don't know what interest rates will be like at that time. We feel like we're a little bit conservative at this stage of the game, and we've assumed a true interest cost of about 4.25%, which we hope we're range there. But we're looking at 20 years, and we will only issue what is necessary, assuming, Mayor, the cost comes in at the $12,640,000, the bonds to generate that amount of project funds. So I just wanted you all to know how we came up with the $13,940,000. It's a maximum amount. It's a not-to-exceed number. Are there any questions on that? And of course, everything is done with your all's approval anyway. Thank you.
Do we need to pass these ordinances tonight?
Yeah, we do need to pass these ordinances tonight. What preliminary work we have done, and we're going to do some this week, is we believe that the complex will fall well within the 20-year amount of 13 million. We believe that it could possibly fall into 10 or 11, and then we'd have additional money to address the current park and the lighting and such as that out there. But, every time we believe something, it goes up a little bit. But anyway, the 20-year plan, if you feel comfortable with that, that's what we're looking at tonight. It's approximately $13 million. Which requires these ordinances, yes, to be passed so that we can make the timelines in the election.
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you how we have to pass them too.
Okay.
These are a little different than normal. So whenever you guys are ready, I'll start. Okay, so the
Ready.
first ordinance, which says ordinance number 1, will be 2024-14. And the motion will be to suspend the rules and place the ordinance on its first reading by title only. Unless you want me to read the whole ordinance.
So moved. Second.
Okay, Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Stark,
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay,
Yes.
Alderman McCormick,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman McLean.
Yes.
Did I do something wrong? You gonna read it? All right. Okay, thank you.
This is the ordinance providing for the levy of 1/2 of 1% sales and use tax within the city of Beebe, Arkansas, and describing other matters pertaining thereto.
Need a motion to adopt the ordinance as read.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Stark,
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay,
Yes.
Alderman McCormick,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman McLean.
Yes.
We'll need a motion to suspend the rules and place the ordinance, place the reading on the second, place it on the second reading by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Stark,
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay,
Yes.
Alderman McCormick,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman McLean.
Yes.
This is an ordinance providing for the levy of a 1/2 of 1% sales and use tax within the city of Beebe, Arkansas, and prescribing other matters pertaining thereto.
I need a motion to approve as read.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Stark,
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay,
Yes.
Alderman McCormick,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman McLean.
Yes.
I need a motion to, sorry, I lost.
Nope.
Yeah, we got one more reading.
Yep.
I need a motion to suspend the rules and place on the third reading by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Stark,
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay,
Yes.
Alderman McCormick,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman McLean.
Yes.
This is an ordinance providing for the levy of a 1/2 of 1% sales and use tax within the city of Beebe, Arkansas, and prescribing other matters pertaining thereto.
I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as read.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar,
Yes.
Alderman Stark,
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay,
Yes.
Alderman McCormick,
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot,
Yes.
Alderman McLean.
Yes.
That passes. Okay, so the next one will be ordinance number, It says ordinance number 2, and it's going to be 2024-15. So we're going to need a motion to suspend the rules and place it on the first reading by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Duggar.
Yes.
Alderman Stark.
Yes.
Alderman Lindsay.
Yes.
Alderman McCormick.
Yes.
Alderman Lightfoot.
Yes.
Alderman McLean.
yes,
This is an ordinance calling a special election in the city of Beebe, Arkansas on the question of levying a citywide 1/2 of 1% sales and use tax and prescribing other matters pertaining thereto.
I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as read.
So moved.
Second.
Matt,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Jacob,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
and Lee.
yes,
Need a motion to suspend the rules and place the ordinance on the second reading by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Matt,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Jacob,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Lee.
yes,
This is an ordinance calling a special election in the city of Beebe, Arkansas on the question of levying a citywide 1/2 of 1% sales and use tax and prescribing other matters pertaining thereto.
I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as read.
So moved.
Second.
Matt,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Jacob,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Lee.
yes,
Sorry. I need a motion to suspend the rules and place it on the second reading by title only.
Third.
third reading,
Third reading, I'm sorry. By title only.
So moved.
Second.
Matt,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Jacob,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Lee.
yes,
This is an ordinance calling a special election in the city of Beebe, Arkansas on the question of levying a citywide 1/2 of 1% sales and use tax and prescribing other matters pertaining thereto.
I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as read.
So moved.
Second.
Matt,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Jacob,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Lee.
yes,
All right. And we're going to go to 2024-16. Will be the one, and it says ordinance number 3. We'll need a motion to suspend the rules and place on the first reading by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Matt,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Jacob,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Lee.
yes,
This is an ordinance calling a special election in the city of Beebe, Arkansas on the question of issuing bonds under Amendment 62 to the Constitution of the State of Arkansas for the purpose of financing all or a portion of park and recreational improvements and prescribing other matters pertaining thereto.
I need a motion to adopt the first reading as read.
So moved. Second.
Matt,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Jacob,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Lee.
yes,
I need a motion to suspend the rules and place on the second reading by title only.
So moved.
Matt,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Jacob,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Lee.
yes,
This is an ordinance calling a special election in the city of Beebe, Arkansas, on the question of issuing bonds under Amendment Number 62 of the Constitution of the State of Arkansas for the purpose of financing all or portion of park and recreational improvements and prescribing other matters pertaining thereto.
Need a motion to adopt the ordinance as read.
So moved.
Second.
Matt,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Jacob,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Lee.
yes,
I need a motion to suspend the rules and place them on the third reading by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Matt,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Jacob,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Lee.
yes,
This is an ordinance calling a special election in the city of Beebe, Arkansas, on the question of issuing bonds under Amendment Number 62 of the Constitution of the State of Arkansas for the purpose of financing all or portion of park and recreational improvements and prescribing other matters pertaining thereto.
I need a motion to adopt the third reading as read.
So moved.
Second.
Matt,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Jacob,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Lee.
yes.
All those ordinances pass.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's take just a second break here.
Tommy are both here. You got questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve BB Water and Sewers financials for June of 2024. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next is the clerk. Can we keep going? Okay. Next is the clerk treasurer. I got several things. Okay, financials were first.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the financials for City of Beebe for June 2024. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, you have 4 sets of minutes that were in your packet. The first was the February 20th, 2024. For some reason, we didn't get those approved.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from February 2024. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And we have the May 2nd special meeting.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of May the 2nd. All those in favor? Any opposed? Then the June 24th regular meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the minutes of June 24th, 2024. All in favor? Any opposed? Then we had the July 8th, 2024 special meeting.
Motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the July 8th, 2024 special meeting. All in favor? Any opposed? On your list was the new hires. You're not approving the people, you're approving the pay for budgeted purposes. I just need a motion to approve the pay.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the pay for the new hires for the second quarter of the year for budget purposes. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, at the meeting last month, you approved the police department to get a new vehicle. But the good news is that we're going to be able to trade 2 vehicles in, so the price is going to get to be a little bit lower than what we thought. And we're trading in the, I have the folders of the vehicles if you'd like to look at them. We're trading in the 2013 Ford and the 2014 Chevy Silverado. Barrett is here if you got any questions. I don't think they're running, is that correct?
They both run.
Oh. They're
No,
just
we
wore
don't
out. Okay. So, you've already approved the purchase of the vehicle. What I need you to approve is that we can trade these 2 vehicles in and give them to Red River Dodge and remove them off the asset list.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Yeah, that's all I got. No, I got, okay. I got one more thing. sorry.
Ordinance.
Yeah,
Ordinance.
we got 2 more ordinances. Okay, this is the waiving the competitive bidding. This is on the truck that we purchased for the street department. It's here, it's beautiful. So it's 2024-17.
Make a motion, we read ordinance 2024-17 by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to read ordinance number 2024-17 by title only. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And ordinance number 2024-17, an ordinance to waive the requirement of competitive bidding for the purchase of a street department vehicle, declaring an emergency for other purposes. I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as read.
So moved.
Second.
Matt?
Yes.
Sean?
Yes.
Nathan?
Yes.
Jacob?
Yes.
Tracy?
Yes.
Lee?
Yes.
I need a motion to dispense with the second and third readings.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, a second, to dispense with the second and third readings.
So moved.
Second.
I'm sorry, my brain just went dead. I have a motion and second to dispense with the second and third readings. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. And I have a motion to adopt the emergency clause.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and second to adopt the emergency clause to ordinance number 2024-17. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, this last one will be ordinance number 2024-18. I'm going to let Baron explain it a minute to you, if anybody has any questions or,
So the police department has some policies that are prescribed by ordinance that I was unaware of until I was reading the codification book the other day. The problem with those ordinances are they're out of date. One of them is about taser policy and use from 2008. As you can imagine, a lot changes by then. And I'm not sure if there's other ordinances out there. So this ordinance was designed to repeal that policy and to make it clear that we have the authority to update policies, even if there's some that are hidden out there by ordinance. I'm not aware of any more, but I was told there may be.
departments like the fire department and the police department, they really have their own policies. And they're very good about making sure that the mayor's office and my office has a copy of those policies just for human resource purposes. But yeah, so a lot of the policies that are in there pertaining to them, we don't need. So we're working on getting those out. Okay, how do you want to read this?
By title only.
Oh, bless you.
Second.
Should have made Baron read the whole thing.
You should. I will go along with that. I have a motion and a second to read ordinance number 2024-18 by title only. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance number 2024-18, an ordinance to authorize the Beebe Police Department to implement policies and procedures repealing certain ordinances, declaring an emergency and for other purposes. I need a motion to adopt the ordinance as read.
So moved.
Second.
Matt?
Yes.
Sean?
Yes.
Nathan?
Yes.
Jacob?
Yes.
Tracy?
Yes.
Lee?
Yes.
I need a motion to dispense with the second and third readings.
So moved. Second.
Matt?
Yes.
Sean?
Yes.
Nathan?
Yes.
Jacob?
Yes.
Tracy?
Yes.
Lee?
Yes.
I need a motion to adopt the emergency clause.
So moved.
Second.
Matt?
Yes.
Sean?
Yes.
Yes.
Jacob?
Yes.
Tracy?
Yes.
Lee?
Yes.
Now I'm done.
Okay, I'd like to request an executive session if possible.
Make a motion, we go into executive session.
Second.
Any other business tonight?
Hang on one second, sorry. Okay, there you go.
Any other business? Any motions? Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't want to steal your thunder. That's your.